Welcome. In this edition of Yojana February, we'll mainly discuss on nutrition and the developments under healthy diet patterns. So, the very first is the holistic health ecosystem, which integrates Ayush for Swasth Bharat. So, the idea is to reduce the burden of non-communicable disease in India, to focus on better mental health, aging population, and having a preventive focus. Now, this convergence talks about the Ayush therapy from mental wellness to preventive care to chronic diseases being tackled and a very good lifestyle management. However, the modern medicine specifically focuses on emergency surgery and chronic diseases. So there has been a change which is through Ayush, which focuses on lifestyle, the dincharya, the dietetics, and the personalized care, which is the Prakriti. So National Health Policy talks about a pluralistic approach which focuses on service delivery, education, research, and a global integration through the Ayush Global Podium, and bringing in resilience through better public health delivery system, educational capacity, and developments for global leadership. Now, one of the very good aspects of this is focus on millet. Now, millets are the coarse grains which are grown in India specifically. When we are talking about the Ayush, we are focusing on the millets which are grown in India. So those are nutrient rich, heavy to digest, but they have a very good tendency to have a better weight management, reduce dependence on wheat, and have a improved hemoglobin content. And when we are talking about the glycemic index with this unprocessed food, the glycemic index is lower, which leads to better developments through the type 2 diabetes, and therefore millets are being one of the popular ingredients of diet nowadays. Also, the absorption of iron, calcium, and fiber is important, and that could be enhanced through the consumption of millet. So reducing the anti-nutritional factors which have been commonly seen through the normal diet and pulses and grains, and focusing on a fiber content, better digestibility, and glycemic index is one of the major ideas. Also, bringing in a balanced food structure where the consumption of fat, protein, and spices are in a balanced way, and therefore we see millets, which are a complete set of complex carbohydrates along with pulses for protein, ghee for absorption, and spices as one of the micronutrients. Now again, during the winter, heavier millets are used. For example, bajra is one of the millets which has been used. However, in the summer we have lighter millets like ragi, which is commonly used. So again, the usage of millets varies from season to season. The next is naturopathy and holistic wellness. Now this is not just a collection of remedy, but it is also a way of life. So bringing in physical vitality, mental clarity, emotional stability, and spiritual well-being is the basic idea. So healing power, treating the person as a whole. Also, prevention is better than cure. So a proactive approach, and first do no harm, which utilizes gentle non-invasive therapies to treat with minimal risk and side effects to an individual. Also, natural kits have been important. Now these are a diverse range of natural modalities which bring in a mix of yoga, exercise, diet patterns, and therapies like mud therapy. And the basic idea is to combat the major lifestyle diseases, which includes obesity, metabolic disorders, type 2 diabetes, hypertension, and chronic stress. So this cycle of empowerment talks about identifying the imbalance, bringing in a proper education, action, and vitality. The next is yoga and wellness. Now under yoga and wellness, what is required is the various dimensions of practice. So it is the various asana, pranayam, dhyan, and relaxation, and then the clinical efficacy. So with a standard treatment, the impact on the glycemic index control is around 8%. However, when integrated with yoga, it is around 6%. So there has been significant impact which has been seen, and the scope of treatment is very very good for hypertension, for diabetes, obesity, digestive disorders, and therefore it has to be integrated with the national public health policy. So bringing in the Ayushman Arogya Mandir education, which is mandatory MBBS course for Ayush doctors through internship programs, and finally the outreach and the digital reach has been important. The next is beyond the ingredients, there has to be a very important aspect on substitution from the refined flour to or the millets or the processed food to millets. So first is to understand the bioavailability index, which is a theoretical measure of how much nutrition the body actually absorbs, and then unlock the pairs through which the impact could be seen. So with fermented millet and ghee, the nutrient bioavailability score is 95%. However, with a raw millet, it is around 25%. So the fermented millet consumed along with ghee is considered as one of the best nutritional value, and therefore millet biscuits with refined oil have a significantly lower input as compared to a millet laddu which is made with ghee. So focusing on the seasonal and regional alignment is again important. As we said, some of the millets are specifically targeted to winter, the others are for summer, and there are certain for all season like rice and wheat. Now idea of selecting a right grain, the right process, the soaking, germination and fermentation, then transformation and bioavailability of the meal is important, and this would ensure a weekly balanced diet. So when we focus on the integration of these Ayush systems into the mainstream, there are four major pillars which talk about public health delivery, education, research and digital health, and therefore the root cause is the idea to focus on preventive care, mental well-being and dietary discipline. And we have more than 1,80,000 Ayushman Arogya Mandir which have been operational since the start, and there have been significant clinical efficacies which have been brought by government in collaboration with ICMR. There have been initiatives like International Yoga Day which have been started. If we talk about the urban areas, there have been a significant stress increase which has led to the what is called as the modern urban crisis, a significant impact on the mental stress of an individual, leading to acute mental health concerns. So conditions like digital overload and professional burnout are recognized as a major disruptors of mental health. So what is important is to have a professional to focus on the professional burnout, focus on the digital overload, and then identify the patterns through which the wellness could be maintained. So as we see, from 2019 to 2023, there has been a significant rise in the average daily screen time, and followed by this we have seen a significant drop in the mental wellness index, which has led to need for digital detox, and therefore mind body connection is important to reduce the psychological stress, to reduce the suppressed emotions and physical illness. So focusing on emotional awareness, better stress management and a mindful living education is important to ensure a long-term economic growth as well as the mental growth of an individual. The next is transforming the logistic healthcare through digital innovation. So these Ayush grids are driven by AI diagnostics, and there are digital tools which are making healthcare accessible to an individual. So standardized data collection, then cross-platform interpolability and continuity of the patient care is important. The idea is to bridge the gap through Ayush process and then expand the reach, bringing better transparency and accountability. Focusing on the breaks. Now this could be the various ways through the M Yoga, through Y Break, which is the short yoga practices, and lifestyle app, which is tracking Dincharya, the daily routine and the diet of an individual. So these AI apps or lifestyle apps would help individual to track their lifestyles better and would focus on a triple aim of accessible, preventive and affordable lifestyle. The next is a different topic, which is basically the idea of bringing the music concerts into life, and this was one of the major disco kings of India called as Bappi Lahari, and his works have been important. So this article focuses on his legacy, his works, and his efforts towards development of music. The next is the naturopathy to mental path, and this is one of the important aspects where integration of physical, mental, emotional, social and spiritual dimensions are important. So a mind body integration where emotional awareness, restored balance, balancing the restored thoughts and having a lasting wellness is important rather than a physical illness. So professional burnout, digital overload, information fatigue and social isolation are some of the urban challenges that are commonly faced, and to help that, as a digital detox portal, the idea is to bring in people for yoga, meditation, yogic relaxation, lifestyle education and counseling. And this brings in a philosophy of self-regulation where the self-regulation is a better prerogative as compared to the medical dependency, as you can see in the growth chart here, and this leads to a better health score than the dependencies on medical aspects. So those were some of the important developments that have been seen under nutrition and health, specifically focusing on Ayush as one of the important aspects of India's medical system. So those are the things that have been discussed. The handouts for these are available on Exam Race. Thanks for joining. Have a wonderful day.